Yes.
All right. So I'm calling the Wayne County Commission Committee on Health and Human Services to order. Madam Clerk, what's first on the agenda?
Commissioner Maraki,
Here, sorry.
Commissioner Dobb,
Here.
Commissioner Anderson,
Here.
Commissioner Baker McCormick,
Here.
Chair Colleen,
Present.
you have a quorum present.
Thank you very much. I just want to quickly comment at the beginning here. I was actually caught flat-footed a little bit that the meeting was going to be this week. Commissioner Baker McCormick had expressed interest in having the Mental Health Authority at our next meeting. And I did place that call, but I was expecting for some reason this meeting to be next week. So we're still lined up for that for next week. I also want to check and make sure everybody got the addenda that came out about an hour and a half ago. So if yeah, it's in your inbox, and
Okay.
so I've gone over it with staff, but I just want to make sure everybody's prepared for the one item on the regular agenda and one item on the addenda. So okay, with that, Madam Clerk, what's next?
B, approval of the May 12th, 2020 meeting minutes.
So
Pleasure of the
moved.
committee.
So moved. Support.
Okay. Do you have that, Madam Clerk?
Who supported?
I did. Commissioner McCormick.
Okay.
All right. It's been moved and seconded. Any questions, comments on the motion? All in favor then, please say aye.
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 Aye. Okay, opposed? All right, Madam Clerk, back to you.
C, old business. There is none.
Excellent.
Item D1 under new business, requesting commission approval of a retroactive amendment 4 to a 3-year comparable source contract with the 1-year option to renew with Samaritas.
Thank you. Who do we have from administration to discuss this? Do we have somebody from administration to discuss this item?
Commissioner Jones Vargas is online with us. I just don't know if she's on mute or not.
It doesn't look like
And
she's
she was
muted.
gonna
She
be the-
did raise her hand, but she's not muted.
Was she supposed to be the one to shepherd this through?
Either her or Lisa Whitmore Davis.
Yeah, correct. Is there a way to get Ms. Shavakis unmuted? And
She's not unmuted. I mean, she's not muted. I'm sorry. She's not muted at all on my end. I don't know if she's muted on her end. She did raise her hand though, so I'm not really sure, but she's not muted at all.
is there a way we can send her a quick message? We want to talk to you.
I'll send her a message right now.
The public business in the time of Corona.
Andrew, are you able to reach Joan?
Yes, I'm reaching out right now to Lisa.
Well, are we ready to go on the? Are we ready to go on the item for the addenda from administration? And we can contact the appropriate people and come back to this?
Let's go.
Andy?
Well, the second one is Detroit Wayne Integrated Health and Community Corrections. I think we have them on the line here.
Yeah, if we do have, with the permission of the committee, if we do have the administration person for the item on the addenda, I would take that up now till we line up the other folks.
Fine with me.
I'm sorry, was that somebody that was for the addenda item?
Yes, this is Ebony McCann, Administrator for Wayne County Adult Community Corrections. I'm present on the call.
And can you handle this item for us, ma'am?
Yes, I can.
So with permission of the committee, we'll move to the addenda. If folks can do that. Okay. So this is an item that the Detroit Wayne Integrated Health Network sends money over here to provide mental health and substance use services to people out on parole. Could the person from administration give their name and title one more time, and then tell us what you have to say about this item?
Sure. Ebony McCann, Wayne County Adult Community Corrections Administrator. The department is requesting permission to enter into an intergovernmental agreement with the Detroit Wayne Integrated Health Network. Each year, the network is listed in the Comprehensive Plans and Services application that the department submits to the Michigan Department of Corrections for funds to provide services for probationers in the Wayne County area. These are funds that are 100% grant dollars that the department receives from the state of Michigan. The Detroit Wayne Integrated Health Network then subcontracts to subrecipients that can provide the services on their behalf.
Thank you. So it's not the sheriff that decides on subrecipients. It's the Detroit Wayne Integrated Health Network that decides on the subrecipients?
That is correct.
Okay. Well, let's go around the table for questions from commissioners. We'll start with Vice Chair Baker McCormick, please.
I have no questions.
Thank you. Commissioner Anderson?
I would just like, if I could, Ms. McCann, just to ask if have all these companies, I know I'm familiar with Black Family Development, are all the other organizations, those that have been doing business with the authority or the health network in the past, and are they all, as far as any debts owed or anything like that, are all the people that are working for them in positions that should be licensed or certified? Are they?
Yes, so each year we are required, the department performs a minimum standards audit on the vendors just to ensure that their licensure is current and up to date to ensure that they are capable of providing the services to our probationers. So we check them for their credentials annually.
Okay, and financially they're up to date if, as far as anything that may be owed to the health network?
They have not received any payment for services that they've provided this fiscal year.
That they haven't paid for, you're saying?
They have not received any.
Oh, they haven't received.
That's correct. Yes.
Okay, all right, thank you.
Thank you.
Commissioner Anderson, I'll answer that a little bit too. I'm on the board and I'm the treasurer over at the Detroit Wayne Integrated Health Network. We deal with both of these organizations all the time, providing services out there. So yeah, they are solid, not behind on anything, not behind with us over there or us in the county. So do you have anything else, Commissioner Anderson?
That's all, thank you.
Thank you, Commissioner. Commissioner Dodd.
No questions for me. Thank you.
All righty. Thank you very much. Commissioner Marecki?
Oh, you're on mute, Terry.
Oh, I'm
Yeah,
sorry. Yeah, I'm all set. Thank you very much.
All righty. Thank you, Commissioner. And I'll comment to the committee also. I think I will ask, because either Andre Johnson from Detroit Recovery Network or somebody from Black Family Development to give us a little update at our next meeting is exactly what they're doing out there with these services with probationers. I think it would be good for us to get an on the ground little look at what this is. So, okay. Are there any other questions then at this time? And is there anybody from staff who has a question that hasn't been asked yet? All right, hearing none, what's the pleasure of the committee?
I'll move approval, Daub.
Support Marecki.
All righty, it's been properly moved and supported. All in favor of the motion on the floor, please say aye.
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 Opposed? Abstentions? All righty, thank you. So now we'll go back to the one item on the original agenda. Is administration ready to present that item?
Mr. Chair, Andrew Kandrievas here. I know Lisa Whitmore Davis is dialing in right now. I don't know why Jones got a little icon here on the Zoom, but she hasn't been available.
She says that she doesn't know why we can't hear her. So I'm not sure if this is Mary. I don't know if she's on her phone or if she's on her computer. She might not have the audio turned on.
Ah, the mysteries.
If she can hear us, she might want to dial in one of those numbers instead. Lisa Whitmore Davis is on. If we can unmute, she said.
Did she call from a phone number?
She did. Last four digits, 4384.
Okay, 1 second.
Well, I believe it's from her cell. That's her cell.
That number isn't
That's
on here.
5454.
Okay, I
The
got
last
that.
one is. Thanks.
Okay, she's unmuted now.
Good afternoon.
Okay.
I
Hey, we're
apologize
on.
for the technical difficulties.
Hey, don't worry about it. It's a corona miracle. We found you.
Thank you. Thank you,
we're-
Commissioner. Thank you.
We're item 1 on the agenda. So since we have Director Whitmore Davis, would you like to introduce it, Ms. Davis? And this involves some twists and turns with what happened to amendment number 3, which caused amendment number 4. So if you could carefully go through that, please, the red tape that has been generated as a result of this.
Yes. Thank you, Commissioner Killeen, and good afternoon to all the commissioners and those on the meeting. As Commissioner Killeen stated, it's been a conundrum, but the bottom line, this is a contract with Samaritas that Wayne County Senior Services, the county is a pass-through. This is where funding came from HUD to go to Samaritas for the Family Homeless Center, and where it did not come during the fiscal year of last year. So we had, in order for since the money just arrived after we went into the furlough and due to the pandemic, we needed to have an actual account set up for the money to land into, and then from there pay out to Samaritas. So again, it's not we're not incurring any new expenses nor any new outlays, but simply serving as a pass-through. And based on our procedures, you have to have one in place. So we had to come back before your body to request for that to be established, for this money to land appropriately.
All righty, thank you. Just for clarity here, my understanding is that with the Third Amendment, the commission approved that this would be a pass-through and go directly to Samaritas. And then HUD had their office closed for like 6 months. And so it held all of that process up. And now what we're doing is making up that 6 months with this 172,000 that we're drawing down. Do I have that somewhat correct?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Okay. All right. Well, let's go around to commissioners with questions on this, and we'll start with the vice chair, Commissioner Baker McCormick.
And I have no questions.
All righty. Thank you, Commissioner. Commissioner Anderson?
Glenn, you're on mute.
Thank you, sorry.
That's all right.
I did have a question about the time frame. I think that was explained, but it looks like, we're looking at July of last year to July of this year. And is this a portion of the money that we pay Samaritas or pass through to Samaritas for the family center? Is this just a portion? Because I thought we approved something last year.
Good afternoon, Commissioner Anderson. You did approve something last year, but the funds did not, to my understanding, because I did not work for the county at that time, but to my understanding, that the money did not arrive. There was a delay in receiving the funds from HUD, and that we're reimbursing Samaritas for operations at the Family Center through July 2020.
Okay, I'm wondering, bookkeeping wise, how do we do that? I mean, is there anything else that's necessary besides approving it for a second time? Does anyone?
Commissioner Anderson, can we bring commission staff in on this that worked on this?
Yes.
So I don't know who the best on commission staff can answer Commissioner Anderson's questions.
I see Mark Abbo is here, or
Commissioner, can you state that question again, please?
I was
well.
Oh, go ahead, Mr. Chair, if you want.
No, you state your own questions, Commissioner.
Okay, I was only asking the question, how do we do this properly? Because if we provided a payment that was authorized by the commission last year, and the funds did not get transferred because the money wasn't there, I would think there's some step that we have to take that, deal with that one before we even approve additional or do them concurrently with one another.
So they had to submit a budget adjustment to bring the funds back into the county Samaritas was gonna go straight through to HUD. So we approved the budget adjustment for those funds, and I believe we just approved another budget adjustment for these funds just recently.
I think we're all set as far as the process.
Correct.
Okay, I'm fine. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Yeah, thank you. And that's why I went through it a little carefully. Who on commission staff can talk about what happened with HUD and our amendment number 3 when the commission expressed its desire to be directly passed through? And then there was some bureaucratic snafus with HUD that resulted from that. Is there somebody on commission staff that can walk us through that real quick?
Hello, actually, am I unmuted? Hold on one second. Let's see. I am
Yes, you are. Yes, you are.
Okay, thank you. Yes, hello. Good afternoon, everybody. Chris
Name,
Albrecht.
please.
Yes, Chris
Oh,
Albrecht.
thank you, Chris.
No problem. Policy Research and Analysis Department for the Commission. I did work on this item. To the best of my knowledge, as I understood it, yes, there was a previous amendment that was, I want to say, related to the agreement between the grant agreement between the county and HUD. And the modification to that particular grant agreement was the elimination of passing the money through the county to Samaritas. The modification to the grant agreement that the county and HUD have was saying, we're not going to pass it through the county anymore. We're just going to send it straight through to Samaritas. And yes, according to the transmittal letter provided by the department, the HUD office down in Fort Worth, Texas, for some reason had to close down for a month, and it had an effect on their operations. And so they decided to delay the implementation of this change in our agreement for a whole nother program year. So as I understand it, during this program year, we had to go ahead and stick to the pass-through program, whereas in the upcoming program year, we will not be acting as a pass-through anymore. Instead, the money, as I understand it, will be transferred from the Department of Housing and Urban Development to Samaritas.
And there was about a 6-month delay from HUD, which is why with this Amendment 4, we're having to pull down $172,000 to make up that 6-month difference. I believe
Correct.
I have that correct.
I
Okay.
agree. I concur. Yes.
All right. Commissioner Anderson, how are you feeling?
I'm fine. It's fine.
Okay, you have other questions?
No, I'm all set. Thank you.
All righty. Commissioner Dobb?
No questions for me. Thank you.
Thank you. Commissioner Marecki?
No questions. Thank you.
All righty. Hearing no other questions then, what's the pleasure of the committee?
I'll move approval. Marecki?
Support.
And support from Commissioner Anderson. One last time for any questions. All right, we have an appropriate motion before the committee. All in favor of the motion, please say aye.
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 Aye. Opposed? Abstaining? All righty, thank you. Madam Clerk, what's next?
E, such other matters as may be properly submitted before the committee.
I have none. Does anybody have some such other matters? Hearing none, Madam Clerk,
Public comments.
do we have any public comments, staff? Anybody on Zoom indicating public comment?
No public comments have been received.
Either by Zoom or over the phone?
None via email.
Oh, yeah, correct. I'm sorry. So, okay, I don't know who's out there, but in case members of the public are out there, or is there any member of the public on calling in that would like to have public comment? Any member of the public? Any member of the public? Hearing none, Madam Clerk.
Adjournment.
So moved.
Support. Marecki?
All right, thank you. And without objection, then, we stand adjourned. Thank you, everybody.
Goodbye.
Um,